Hello and welcome to another video. It's been a little bit more than 2 weeks time since I posted last video, and to be honest, I'm gonna be very honest now. It is so hard to be productive, to do anything exciting this time of the year in February in Germany, in the darkest hour, I believe, of the year. I lived in South Africa for decades and now back in Europe. It's not easy. It's not easy because when February comes, we are already so drained from the darkness, from cold weather. And on top of that, I would just add that collectively, probably you can relate, and many of you can relate, that we are experiencing challenging times, uncertainty, lots of turbulence in the world. Of course, you can detach yourself to the point, but we can't pretend it's not happening. And finding a tool to regulate, first of all, our nervous system, I believe it's the most important thing. What I'm going to talk about today is very much related to that, and very much related to attending to certain imbalances in the body, and also learning how to regulate our nervous system with a very simple tool that is called facial therapy or facial reflexology. If you want to find out what is this amazing method of natural facelift that you can add to your regular skin routine daily, and it is amazing for regulating the nervous system and opening your chi flow, life force flow, prana flow, however you want to call this energy flow, that can circulate freely through our body. Stay with me, I'll tell you all about now. What I'm talking about is Dien Chan, or so-called facial therapy, or multi-reflex reflexology method. So, what is this all about? I'm sure that many of you are familiar with reflexology method, usually coming from a traditional Chinese medicine method that is used in different treatments, also adding to acupuncture, because it is all based on this acupressure method. Acupuncture is obviously using the very same scheme and meridians, but using needles, and acupressure using usually fingers to stimulate certain points on the body that will, however, energetically work and correspond to different organs and different emotions. So it's a multi-leveled, not only on the physical, it's also on the emotional level, and it can bring balance and open any and release any blockages. So all this might be mouthful for you that are not familiar, but for you that are familiar with reflexology method, you usually received reflexology on the foot or hands, through the body, also in the body, different channels and different points. What I'm talking about is facial reflexology, Dien Chan, that is based only on the face. So this method was found in Vietnam in 80s. Let me give you a little bit of history just quickly. I don't want to bore you with this for too long, but it is kind of important to understand what is the difference. So the difference here is that this method was found on the traditional it's coming from the traditional Eastern medicine methods of reflexology and acupuncture. And it was found by professor of acupuncture in Vietnam, Professor Bui Quoc Chow. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. He came to the idea to start studying face and how face corresponds to rest of the body. Started applying principles of reflexology, and one by one found facial points that actually correspond to rest of the body, rest of the organs, regulate, open blocked channels, etc. And the rest is the history. So the reason why I love this method so much is it's actually fact that everything is based on the face. It is so effective. That is, I would say, number one. Very convenient in a way that is on the face only, and I can also more easily show in my coaching, in my sessions, I can show, and it really beautifully regulates, but then also adds to this a beautiful secondary benefit, which is natural facelift. So what is this natural facelift I'm talking about? It's basically stimulating the energy through the body, circulation, microcirculation, lymphatic release of toxins. So all this is happening, stimulating the facial points. There are a couple of different methods that we use in the Enchant Facial Reflexology. And there's also tools normally that we use. There are different tools, but personally, I like and mostly use my magic wand. This is a facial reflexology tool. You can get one online easily. And there is a little roller that works on stimulating the reflex zones and doing kind of like a massage. So that's addition. This is more for individual points, and this is more for massaging the reflex points, which every single imbalance has also points to work with and zones to massage and work with. Every single treatment that I offer to my guests includes facial reflexology session. And of course, in treatments, I prepare based on consultation. I prepare session for that particular guest, for that particular problem or imbalance issue, whatever that is. But every single one, I start with this basic session. So you can all learn this very simple, really simple method that you can add to your daily life, you can add to your daily skincare routine. It's so phenomenal. Why? Because it has the first part of calming, few points that we use. So it's your really like relaxation and calming your nervous system. And then the second part is actually toning up and uplifting. So giving you a little bit of life energy and flow through the skin and through face. So the toning points are there to release blocked energy and really feed your cells with the great energy and circulation. And this is where this secondary benefit of your facelift is coming to work. Because once we have this free energy flow and circulatory system working beautifully, nourishing all your cells, whatever you put on the skin topically, it will work definitely so much more effectively. So now that you have a little bit more clarity on what this method is, kind of know what I'm referring to, I really hope that you're gonna stay now with me, and I will guide you through this basic session that I encourage every single one of you to start performing from today, using from today. There is one contraindication for this particular session, and that is pregnancy, because there are stimulating points that are allowed to be used only in childbirth, so they can stimulate premature labor. And please, if you're pregnant, don't even try. So first I'm gonna explain that when you're using a tool, I don't know if you already talk about, but if you don't have a tool, of course, why would you have a tool if you don't know what the Enchant is and never used? So please get the pen with a nice round finish, and you can do exactly the same thing that I'm doing with my tool. So it's exactly the same effect. Okay, so I hope you're ready now, because we're gonna start our session. I'm gonna first advise on a couple of rules. That is, of course, you're gonna use a tool, pen, if you don't have tools. We are performing session with sweeping movements like this or this, depending on direction. I am going to guide you through. And let's start first with first part of the session. Every single session in facial reflexology, the Chan is finishing with stimulating in front of the ears, stimulating this area up and down. That, however, is actually regulating and balancing your blood pressure. So here is advice. If you have blood pressure tendency to lower blood pressure, the pressure is gonna go up. Pressure applied to your either tool or fingers. If you have tendency to high blood pressure, please use your pressure down. If you have a normal blood pressure, then same up and down pressure, you don't change pressure in your fingers. So that we cleared now this, let's start with session. For the first part of the session, we're gonna use 3 points, and all these points are on the forehead. So above your eyebrow, middle part of your forehead, you're gonna use your tool and sweeping left to right, right to left, doesn't really matter, but sweeping movements. Normally we repeat 12 to 15. So I didn't count for this part because I'm talking, but 12 to 15 times repetition. Pressure should be light, but that you can feel it. So, and you can probably see a little bit of redness, which is normal. We are moving to the next, you see the redness here. Next side, same position above the middle of the eyebrow, middle of the forehead. And again, sweeping movements, 12 to 15. Now we are going to outer corner of the eyebrows here. And again, sweeping movements, 12 to 15, following the eyebrow growth, hair growth, like this. So these are beautiful relaxation points. And if you just calmly breathe through your nose, you can really put yourself into the beautiful relaxation point. The other side, exactly the same. So following the eyebrow growth, you repeat 12 to 15 short sweeping movements. You can see that I'm leaving a little bit of red marks, which is normal. So pressure is kind of light to medium, because you still want to feel it, but not, of course, hurting yourself. Now we are going to move in between the eyebrows to this point here, and here we're going to do circular movements. Again, 12 to 15 circles. I didn't take my glasses off because I'm on my phone. My other camera is not performing today. So in order to see myself and talk at you camera, I need my glasses. So now we are going to terminate first half of this session with 2 fingers in front of the ears, up and down for at least 12 to 15 sweeping movements. Okay, ready for the second part. So this half of the session you can use anytime you really need instant relaxation. Don't forget to breathe. Breathing is very important. Breathe deeply, diaphragm expanding through the nose, exhaling through the nose. It's more calming, and do that through your session. Now we're going to start with toning up, and we start with the point that is in the middle of your chin, and we are going to do sweeping movements up and down with the pressure up, because we want to tone up and lift up our energy. Again, 12 to 15. Now we're moving to this point, just under your nose, in the middle of the nostrils. Again, at this point is a contraindication to pregnancy. Please, I'm repeating again, if you're pregnant, please don't do this. Okay, so 12 to 15. And now let's move to, again, the same point in between your eyebrows, but now this time you're not going to circle, you are going to sweep up and down with the pressure up. 12 to 15. And then move to middle of the forehead, center. Again, you can do up and down or horizontally. I like to stay in the upright movement, but nothing wrong with doing it like this as well. 12 to 15. I'm sure you can feel different energy in the first half of the session and the second half of the session. So let's now terminate this session with, again, in front of the ears, doing up and down. I have a low blood pressure, so my pressure is going to be more up. If you're normal, just do it same. If you high blood pressure, just please use pressure down so you can regulate your blood pressure in this way and terminate the session, so you're kind of neutralizing your session after it's done. And that's it. I hope you are going to try this. Rewind the video back to the beginning of the session and learn the points. It's really easy, and it is really, truly, amazingly effective. Use this before you start your evening routine. So everything that you accumulate through the day, before you start doing your facial routine, or maybe applying some facial massage, which I'm also advocating for very much, or doing anything, do this session and you will feel the different energy entering your body. So it will calm you down, release stress and whatever accumulated in the day, and then also bring some nice, freely flowing, uplifting energy. Morning as well. Morning, I normally like to do it first thing in the morning, before I even start doing anything else, whatever is your morning routine, before your skincare routine in the morning. It is amazing, easy tool to use. And I say tool, but it is really something that we can use to regulate our nervous system in such a profound, amazing, simple, effective way. This is from me to you for today. And I encourage you to try, at least for a few days, see how you feel. You will feel probably some difference in energy flow, and I encourage you to use it, especially this basic session, every single day, and enjoy it. For all of you new to my channel, I am a trained and certified holistic beauty therapist. I've been in beauty industry for 40 years almost this year, and in pretty much most fields of the industry. So I started as a hairdresser, hairstylist, and then definitely going into this beauty side as a beauty therapist. Worked in commercial side of the industry, and for the past almost 10 years I switched to holistic approach, and I trained and certified in many holistic practices that I use daily. I use it on myself, I use in my treatments. I still work with guests in treatments, So this is why I am maybe not so regular on YouTube, but growing in that direction. And this is where you subscribe, like, share. Please, if you find the value here, please share with your friends. I just want to encourage you to look at natural approach, look at botanicals, look at organic products you can use to improve your health and beauty as well. So until next time, all my love to you, and I'll see you soon.